Welcome to Indieformed. I'm your host, Josh. This series takes a look at some projects that you may not be aware of and that I think need some attention. So put me on in the background or sit back and relax and grab a snack because we've got a lot of variety coming up. First, we're going to get into the news of the month. Only available in the US at the moment, Project Stream is a collaboration between Google and Ubisoft to allow Google Chrome users to stream video games. This isn't a service where you stream yourself playing a game, but a service that allows you to play games without downloading them, by streaming them via the internet. The footage on screen was captured via this service of the new Assassin's Creed Odyssey. This is looking to be an excellent service, if successful, for those who can't fork out the money for expensive hardware. All you'll need is a good internet connection, and all of the hardware requirements can be offloaded to the stream host, so Google will take care of all the processing. It has been reported that Nintendo may already be releasing a new Switch console as early as 2019. It's currently being decided what hardware they want to include, but one major point of talk is updating the screen to be thinner, lighter and brighter. So if you're wanting to buy a Switch, maybe hold off until the new year comes around. Risk of Rain 2 has announced a closed beta is coming at the end of this year or the start of 2019. If you didn't know, the sequel to the hit indie is going to be in 3D. I've only seen early development footage and I don't know what to think about it. It definitely changes the game, but is this the next step for Risk of Rain? Let me know. Sony announced the PlayStation Classic, a miniature version of the PlayStation. It'll come with full-size controllers and over 20 titles including Crash Bandicoot and the original Final Fantasy. You can expect to see this December 3rd for $99.99. Something that you may have missed back in April. The Belgium Gaming Commission has stated that loot boxes are in violation of gambling legislation. Those that can be bought with real money must be removed from the game in Belgium. This includes titles like FIFA, Overwatch and CSGO. This is most definitely aimed at minors who make up a vast majority of the player base for games of this nature. If you weren't aware, your child is not allowed to gamble. Sorry for raining on your parade. Failing to remove this feature from games and the publishers could face up to an €800,000 fine and up to 5 years in jail. I mention this because this not only affects the large companies out there, indie devs will also feel the pain too. A gameplay trailer for Spelunky 2 was released, and it looks great. There's not much I need to say, but if you're a Spelunky fan, rejoice. It's coming out on PS4 and Steam next year. I came across a great article this month on Polygon. It's about the INDIEPOCALYPSE. There are far more people trying to make games now, which is saturating the market. It's probably a 10 to 15 minute read depending on how fast you can take the words in. Worth the read, especially if you're a developer. Link in the description. Melbourne International Games Week is coming up this month. It's being held from the 20th to the 28th of October. I'd go follow the @GamesWeek Melbs account to stay updated with what's coming up. Part of this though is PAX Oz, and I'll be attending the event. So if you're in Melbourne or coming down here for the event, if you see me, come and say hello. I've got a little something to give you. But what about after the event? What do you do then? How about playing some BOMBSLINGER? A game recommended by Akumi on bass via Discord, this game is a frantic couch party time waster. A Bomberman inspired Wild West action game with bombs. Single or local multiplayer, bomb your way through hordes of enemies and defeat your former posse. The Music Game Jam wrapped up voting this week, so I'll either make the free games this month a Music Game Jam special, or if I really feel like it, I'll release 2 free games videos. But if you can't wait to scratch that music itch, here's a game that you can play right now. RESYNTH just slipped by me at the end of September. It's a synesthetic experience. Hear the puzzles, see the beats, feel your way through the soundscape. A great game if you're into music or music-based games. At worst, it'll set you back $6. And now to take a look at some Kickstarter projects you may not be aware of. Logjammers, being developed for the Switch, PC and NES, is an axe-throwing, blade-catching arcade sports game. Throw your axe into the opponent's goals in this fast-paced, power-upped competition. Already gathering awards, Logjammers looks to be a successful game thus far. Another music-inspired game. SQUAREWAVE makers' game design goals are to make you feel like you are a musical performer. The better you perform, the better the music will be. Creation is at the heart of this game, with the tools provided to make the music, which then turns it into a playable game. Definitely a game for musician gamers. It's got under a week to go with about $16,000 left to raise. Darkside Detective is back in the form of episode 2. Join Detective McQueen and Officer Dooley as they investigate bizarre cases ranging from the occult to the supernatural. There are 6 cases in this episode, each with over 45 minutes of gameplay. And with humorous writing to accompany each, this game is going to be good fun. Now, if you don't have too much money to spend, this section is for you. Here are your 5 under 5. For $1.99, Final Directive is a story-driven shooter set in a space station disastrously infested by alien mutants. Find the crew, contain the infestation, and most importantly, make it out alive. Featured in the Best of September for $3.99, AKANE prepares for her final battle in the rain-soaked neon streets of Mega Tokyo. AKANE is an arena arcade slasher. Take out as many Yakuza as possible, slashing and shooting in a one-hit, one-kill fight to the death. For free, Cube Racer is a round-based multiplayer racing game with cubes. Every round, all players race against each other to the finish line. Before every round, the players get to build 1 or more obstacles on the map. In the following round, all players have to get through the newly placed obstacles. Planning, moving, connecting, adjusting, tweaking, winning. Puzzles are simple. Get from the start to the end. But as they say, it's not the destination, it's the journey. Use creativity to rearrange and connect the signs to create a path to continue your journey. The pedestrian must use his creative ability and puzzle-solving skills to avoid and overcome obstacles in the signs. For free on itch.io. For 99 cents, Aliens Are Rude has you engage in space combat, traverse planets, learn abilities from aliens, upgrade with perks and titles, strategize, dodge, shoot, and reclaim the nebulous. Rough around the edges, but it's an early access for a reason. That's the main section of Indieformed done. Now here are your Indieformer updates for this month. If you didn't see the video that I released last month, it was an indie view of a developer called Andrew Spelunky, and it's just about why he makes games, why he does what he does, what he's working on, stuff like that. And I want to do more of those, and I just filmed the second one with Matthew Clark from the Voxel Agents. And if you don't know who they are, they made The Gardens Between, and I had the chance to sit down with him and talk for 20 or 30 minutes about why he makes games, what he likes playing, what his favorite consoles are, all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking to get that out this month, hopefully. I'm not too sure with packs and everything how I'll do. I think I want to do animation for it, so I'm not too sure. Also, on the topic of videos, I've come up with a new series idea where I want to tackle the definitions of roguelike, roguelite, souls-like, platformer. They may be obvious for some people, but when you get into some terms, they can be a little bit confusing for people who aren't well acquainted with the genre. So I think I want to try and create or culminate a definition so people can look back and go, this is what a Souls-like is, this is what a roguelike is. I'm working on that series. I'm working on a list of words that I want to do, and then I'm going to do some research and hopefully create some animated videos with them. I'm not too sure yet, but that is also in the works. And then to cap off all the news, I will be launching a Patreon this month. The page is there, but I'm going to be launching an official video, and to go along with that video, we'll be having some giveaways. And the giveaways have kindly been provided by a fellow Indieformer fan. You'll find out who that was when the giveaways begin. But look out for that. I'm sure some of you are aware that Patreon is something that I've been looking at just because I want Indieformer to be able to continue, and I need some kind of revenue stream to keep me going whilst so I can put my time back into Indieformer. So that'll be coming this month for sure. That's a video I want to get out and start doing Patreon content and all that kind of good stuff. So that's it. That was Indieformed episode 2. Hopefully you found some interesting information there. I know it wasn't all just indie gaming, but they're the kind of things that I think are relevant to you guys as a community, because you don't just play indie games, you play big games too, and a lot of you guys started on old games like Final Fantasy, Crash Bandicoot on the PlayStation, the Switch coming next year. It's important. Anyway, if there was something in here that you didn't like, let me know below, and I'll try to avoid that stuff in the future. But overall, there probably were announcements. If you're announcing something, let me know. It saves me having to search through everything. If you give it to me in an email, I'll get to it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time here on Indieformed.